In this video, we're going to set up and solve two simultaneous equations where one is linear and one nonlinear. If you're revising, you can pause the video and have a go at those three questions. We'll get stuck in with question 1, where we have to solve each pair of equations simultaneously. 1a. We're going to use the method of substitution here, where we've got two equations, but we can make quite easily y the subject of this equation. If we rearrange the first equation, we can tell that y would be equal to 1 minus 2x. And we can sort of ignore that then. This is a rearranged version of equation 1. Because y is the subject, anywhere where we see y in the second equation, we can replace or substitute that y for 1 minus 2x. So the second equation would read as x squared plus, and then we'd have that 1 minus 2x there. Didn't need it in brackets in that line, but just to show you that the y has been replaced by the 1 minus 2x. I'm going to get rid of those brackets, which does nothing, and bring the 1 to the left hand side. So take 1 off both sides, and you get x squared minus 2x equals 0. Why did I want to take 1 off both sides? Well, it gives us a quadratic equation. To solve a quadratic equation, it needs to be equal to 0. So that's why I took the 1 off both sides. So this is a quadratic. Maybe not the typical one where you'd be wanting to factorize out double brackets, but there is a common factor of x here, so it's just a single bracket. So x goes outside the bracket. X times x would give x squared, and x times minus 2 would give minus 2x. And that means that either this here, which is like x minus 0, I suppose, in a bracket, if that was x minus 0 in a bracket, x would be 0, or you can just simply understand it that x must be 0. Or the second bracket is 0, x minus 2 must be 0, in which case x is 2. Now, with simultaneous equations, it's not just getting an x value, there's always a corresponding y value to be found. So we can use this equation to work it out. We could say, you don't need to write out the word when, just understand, but when x is 0, y would be 1 minus 2 zeros which is 1 minus 0, which is just 1. So basically, when x is 0, y is 1. And that's one pair of solutions to that. But there was also the other option that x could be 2, and there'll be a different value of y possibly when x is 2. So you then say when x is 2, y is going to be 1 minus 2 2's now. And that's 1 minus 4, which is minus 3. So when x is 2, y is minus 3. So simultaneous equations always had two values defined, an x and a y, but potentially now with quadratics being involved here, because one of the equations is not linear, you might actually have another pair of solutions. So you've sort of got 4 answers, or 2 pairs of answers. Let's look at, and basically this simultaneous equations will bring up solving quadratics, essentially. You do the substitution first of all, and then it's just quadratic equations after that. It could be factorizing, it could be quadratic formula, all different ways to solve quadratics, as you know. Okay, the second one, we've got x squared minus y squared is 7, and 2y equals 2 plus x. Now, if I want to use the substitution, I want to substitute into the harder one, so I want to leave this one as it is. And I'd want to make something the subject here. If I make y the subject, that will be 2 plus x divided by 2, and an awkward fraction. So I'd probably prefer to have what x is equal to, because that's quite simple. X is equal to 2y minus 2, and that's easily substituted into the first equation. So instead of having x squared, I know that x is 2y minus 2, so I can square it, and then minus y squared equals 7. If you're squaring a bracket, that means you're multiplying the bracket by itself. So let's expand out that bracket. I'll just do it quickly because I'm sure this is something you've done many times before. Hopefully not too quick that I make a mistake. So once our bracket is expanded out, we can simplify all this. So we've got a 4y squared minus a y squared, which is 3y squared. How many y's have we got? Minus 4 minus another 4 is minus 8y. And then we've got a 4. We've got a 7 on the other side. If I take 7 off both sides at the same time, it's going to be a lot of steps to do. But I'm going to go for it. Take 7 off both sides, and that would be minus 3. Okay, looking at that, the numbers are relatively small, so I could have a go at trying to work this out. So we're going to try to get two numbers which times to give minus 9 and add to give minus 8. And that would be minus 9 and plus 1. So what do? We get the middle term, minus 8y, and we replace it with minus 9y and plus 1y. We can then factorize the first two terms. So just draw a line or just consider the first two. And what's common there is 3y. That was y minus 3. Then we factorize the last two terms. And there's nothing there to be factorized. There's nothing common. So 1 would actually be your common factor there. Or you don't need to write anything outside the bracket. It just is y minus 3. Next step is to put this in the double brackets. So what goes outside the bracket, and then multiply that by the bracket that's the same here and here. And then solving that, either the first bracket is 0, 3y plus 1 is 0, in which case 3y is minus 1 and y is minus a third. Or the second bracket is 0, which you can probably just read off and realize it's just 3. But remember, this is simultaneous equation, so we've only done half, well, more than half the work, but we've got another part to it. We need to know the corresponding x value. Now, remember, x is 2y minus 2. So I would say when y is minus a third, x is equal to 2 minus a third minus 2, and that is minus 6 8/3, or minus 2 2/3 if you prefer. And then when y is 3, x would be 2 3s, which is 6, minus 2, which gives 4. So let's write that neatly as our answer. We would say x equals minus 8/3, y equals minus a third, or x equals 4, y equals 3. Okay, so that was substituting in for x this time instead of y, and then we solved the quadratic this time by factorizing. Okay, last one. Here we've got y minus 2 equals x, so we've got x as the subject, so that could easily be substituted into here. However, we've got an x squared, so we'd have to sub that in for that, and we've got an x, we'd have to sub that in. It would be quicker if we just rearrange the top equation to say that y is x plus 2. And then we've only got one y in this equation, so it's very simple to put in y as x plus 2. Then take x plus 2 off both sides to get 0 equals 2x squared plus 4x now, because we're taking an x off. And we're taking off a 2, which would give us minus 1. Now you'll struggle to find two numbers which times to give -2 and add to give 4. Doesn't mean that it's not possible. We have to use our quadratic formula, where a is our coefficient of x squared, so a is 2, b is our coefficient of x, which is 4, and c is the constant at the end, which is -1. Maybe I'll just write out very quickly for you that x is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. That's all divided by 2a. That gets you no marks, but it would be useful to have it there for us to work with. So that's -4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 2, easier to read, times 2 times -1. That's all divided by 2 2's. Now the question you have to read carefully, if it asks for exact value, you'd have to actually start working through and simplifying that using your surge work. It doesn't say that, so decimal value will be appropriate. So you can type that into the calculator exactly as you see it. And actually, if they don't ask you for the exact answer, I wouldn't recommend trying to simplify that, because you're going to just create an opportunity to make a mistake. Type it into the calculator with the plus first of all, and that would give you the answer 0.22 to 2dp, and then minus 2.22. So there are your two solutions for x. Now remember, we have to go back and find the y. Now you want to use the exact values would be better, but because the y is just, you're going to get the x value and add 2 onto it, it's not going to make a difference to rounding. You're not going to be doing any manipulation with it, but if you were to, make sure to use the exact values for x to then find the values of y. So just put it to the side. I'm just going to say when x equals 0.22, run out of space, I thought it'd be okay, y equals, it's going to be 2 more than that, so that would be 2.22, and then when x equals minus 2.22, y equals, you get the minus 2.22, you add 2 onto that, which will give you minus 0.22. So effectively just the negative answers of each other. Okay, so that topic is straightforward in as much as all you have to do is substitution, but then it's very difficult because you've got all that M4 work to go through too.